Trick or treat. Oh my god, right, let's talk. It is Halloween, and I am wearing last night's outfit in my full-on goatee Gomez look. I'm tempted to wear a shirt today to work, but I just don't know if I want to make it much of an effort more than one I'm already wearing, because I'm still got serious black tattoos there from yesterday. Anyway, let's talk about Survivor. I just watched the episode from yesterday, and oh my god, it was definitely an Elaine-centered episode, and it was definitely a, This was such a much better, well-edited episode. Last week was a bit of a stamp squib. It was pretty non-magic folk, muggle-born kind of, way of playing Survivor. Whereas, this episode, they built up this 4-4 roadblock, about to kick off, and that's an amazing race kind of thing. But this is the best point about Survivor, is they are keeping me entertained until we get to next year. And I had a weird dream about... Actually, now my mind has just gone into the weird mode. I just remembered the dream I had last night. This is so bizarre. Probably because my mind is thinking Survivor anyway, and I'm thinking about what's happening in the future. And the weird thing, I think I had a dinner party, and I'm having guests around during my dream. And who was invited around? But Denise Stapley, who won Survivor Philippines back in season 25. Don't know why. She appeared in my dream. I was like, oh, I could ask her now about Survivor and what she want. But she's like, oh, it's great having a holiday. Because Survivor is like having a holiday. Well, getting a chance to go around the world and go to Fiji is, amazing. But anyway, let's talk about, quickly, the episode is called Suck It Up Buttercup. And I think, the discussion, there's a lot of stuff that really hit home, and a lot of really important issues were brought up in this episode. It's probably one of the best episodes of Survivor I've seen in a while, and I was waiting for this to happen, because last week it was really let down, and even during the tribe swap I was really let down by what was happening with the cast. But for Vokai going to Tribal Council, where the old 4 Lyra and the old 4 Vokai now go head to head, it's all built up around the reward challenge where they have to sit someone out, and just because it's a strength one, it's a height thing, trying to run on the lane, saying, right, time to go meet Rob and Sandra. And I didn't even realise that she's got the Boston Red Sox B on her hat, which is really quite cool. So to meet Rob and Sandra, they did the test was about time and impulses. And they let the sand timer go down, and Rob was like, you have until the end of the sand runs out to decide whether you want to do the test or not. Without even thinking about it, Elaine was jumping straight in, which, that's Elaine to you, that's Elaine to a T. To a fault, but to a T. And the shelter that Rob and Sandra are building is quite impressive, and I'm wondering if that shelter they're building is actually going to be linked to a reward challenge later on down the line, because I'm sure at some point they are going to have a merged episode or something like that where Rob and Sandra are going to be revealed. I wonder when they're going to reveal Rob and Sandra into the game, because now that Elaine knows and told Elizabeth and her then got the advantage together, which was nail-biting to watch as well. Like, Elaine tried putting it down the back of her pants, and then it got caught in her shirt, and she popped it out again, and it fell on the floor. How did they not see her wandering around? But maybe they just think that's naturally Elaine anyway. She can't get into the knots, and therefore... Yeah. But, unfortunately, Vokai did not win. Lyra win the Tribal Council. Lyra win the Immunity Challenge, and then Tribal Council carries on that way. And then, obviously, they tell Aaron and Missy. And initially, it was like, Elaine's like, I'm going to be the hero. It's great, yeah. Which is... You think that's the case, because that plan comes out so early in the episode, you assume that is not going to happen. Because you go, well, they've kind of let this up a little bit too easily. They laid out this plan a bit too straightforward. And even before that, Aaron was talking about not going to Rocks. Missy was talking about not going to Rocks by throwing Elaine's name under the bus. And we're like, no, don't send Elaine home. But Aaron's was obviously going back and forth a lot about this episode, about whether or not he should turn on the lane, vote her out, and then go with the Vokai, become a number for the Vokai, or stick with the 4 Lyra, take over the control of the camp, and then go that way. Because I think Elaine has proven her loyalty now to Aaron and Missy, where Missy I don't think will backstab Elaine now. And Elizabeth, I think, doesn't really... I think Elizabeth does not realise how deceitful Aaron and Missy were. Even though she was saying as well, I'm not going to Vox. But I think this opportunity that emerged between the four of them has solidified their alliance going forward. And even on the other side, you've only got Dean and Karishma, but I don't think that's going to last either. But if they can get Dean and Krishna to flip and take out Jamal and Jack sometime in the future, we don't know. But speaking of Jamal and Jack, there was a very interesting storyline between the two of them. Now this is more probably comes rooted from the African American community in the States. But Jack said something like a racial slur that hit very home to Jamal. Jack being like 23, 21, like as young as he is, and Jamal being a bit older and probably being black as well, it definitely got a particular reaction that, because they're both in the alliances together as well, it was quite a stupid mistake. I've made that mistake before in the past. I mean, I grew up in Cornwall in southwest of London, southwest of England, and I had a friend at university who was black. She was like my only black friend I probably would consider someone I was very, very close to. And a big lesson I learnt when I was younger, we were driving around up in Enfield, North London, and things like that, and I was spelling out "see you next Tuesday," and I mistakenly used the N word for another the N word of the C-U-N-T to another word, and because in the car I didn't think, I didn't use my brain, I was young, I was naive, I was stupid, I used that word, and it definitely took her by surprise, and we had a very dodgy couple of weeks, just because she needed time to compress it. I needed time to really think about what I'd done, why I'd said it, because once you say something like that, it's not you can't not say it. If it's in your brain, and to this day I always say I'm a racist. Everyone in this world is slightly racist, slightly homophobic, slightly biased towards something, because you can't not be who you are and where you come from without having a slight bias in just your upbringing. And so to this day, I have never qualmed to the fact to say, like, I am still a racist person because I still have judgmental views based on my own upbringing and how I was and how I live my life. And especially from that day, that lesson that I learnt when I was younger, a very important lesson I learnt, that no one's perfect, and we all say things sometimes that we don't mean or regret and things like that. But you just gotta own it. You just gotta accept. Sometimes you have to accept your own responsibility when you say something like that, but also you can't change the way someone feels and someone reacts to it. That's their choice. That's their call, and that was my split decision choice I made at the time. But we're friends now. We're still carrying on with it, and it's something that I always remember for that storyline with Jack and Jamal to my own life. Anyway, moving forward. So Vokai lose immunity challenge, and we do think so. Basically, we think the original 4 Vokai are voting out Elaine, and Aaron's meant to be found one of them because they're not going to Vox about it. The Vokai 4 don't think that Elaine has an idol, and Aaron confirms that, saying no, she doesn't have an idol, which is smart because you can still play. Yeah, Lauren then goes to Missy and Elizabeth. I always forget her name. To say, well, the plan's going ahead, right? We're not going to Vox, but I assume that. Let's know you guys don't know something. And Elizabeth does not have a good poker face. She's going, no. Elizabeth does not have a good poker face. But anyway, so Tribal Council is set. It's set. Ready for whatever's about to happen. We don't know if Aaron is going to flip or Aaron is going to stay strong, because up to this point, we don't know A, who the Lyro 4 are going to target. B, we don't know if Aaron is going to flip. And C, I don't think Elaine knew that she was a target anyway for that point. But anyway, I want to talk about the being hypocritical in Survivor. Because this Vokai 4 are so arrogant. They're like, I don't care. I'm going to Vox. I will literally gamble my game for the sake of this this tribe, this my group. who, if you guys come on board with us, you can be part of our group. They were selling it. They were adamantly pushing the game because they think that they had the numbers down. They think they had Aaron. They think everything was gone. And you should see their body language from like the minute they're like, I will go to Vox, fine. And the second Elaine pulls out that advantage and blocks someone's vote, Lauren starts crying. Dan's head's on the ground. Tommy looks pissed. Jason looks bewildered. Jason looks confused. And because they've blocked Jason's vote, is that who they're going for? Or are they going to go for someone else? They don't know. And at this point, it is the fact that Voka got played. Voka got played hands down. Lauren's crying, even though she's like, I'm blah, blah, blah. The realization of Survivor as to when you're playing it and you're in poker face mode and you think this is the way it's going, and then bam, something knocks you off the side. We still didn't know until those votes were read who was going home. So it turned out that everyone in Voka still voted for Elaine. Jason didn't vote, so there's only 3 votes for Elaine. The rest of it, which is Missy, Elizabeth, and Elaine, all voted for Jason. And we left the 3-3 vote at the end until we didn't know what Aaron was doing. Because they were also during Tour accounts, so they were all chatting, because they were all whispering into each other's ears. And they were, Elaine. Even Lauren shouting over to Missy and Elizabeth. Elaine, right? Scrambling. Last minute scrambling. Anyway. 4th vote goes to Jason. And Jason goes home. But the episode is called... Man at Buttercup. Yep. It just what up, man up, Buttercup? Yeah, something like that. And it's an Elaine catchy song, an Elaine catchy phrase. And also Rob and Sandra loved it. And even Sandra was like behind the booth going, oh my god, we don't know what's gonna happen. And Rob's like, what are you doing, girl? How are you still invested in this game? It's so funny to watch their characters carry on. Anyway, next week, apparently, we don't know what's going to happen. I think we're going to go to... That's now 7-7. We're now down to 14. The merge is not happening anytime soon. I expect the merge will happen in 2 episodes left time. I think so. Anyway. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Like this video. And subscribe if you are liking my channel. This is the last video I'm doing of Vlogtober in terms of October days. Because I have to now go into November. This is a kind of like a link to it. Or will it be? I don't know. I don't know what could work like this. Very Gomez-like, very like... The Addams Family. Anyway, I need to go and have a shower, get ready for work, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!